So here's the great debate, is that with like pretty sweet patches coming out, there's a lot of new planes content that I'll see in a couple of weeks when this patch comes out. It looks like a bigger one, so it'll be a couple of weeks. And I was thinking the other day, I was just looking yesterday, I was looking at my YouTube, and starting in November, I've done full playthroughs of Deus Ex, Octopath Traveler, Hitman, Dark Souls, and Fallout. And plus I have like a billion videos of this. So it's like, is that good enough? 6 game playthroughs in 6 months? I'm not sure that's condensed properly. Alright. So, in the meantime, let's focus on the future, which is that I need to have everything is upgraded for my weapons. If I recall correctly. Yeah. So now, boom, 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 and then boom, 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 boom. Thanks. Do you want a tour of the base? It started out when... So I started the game over here at the Ringstones, and then I made a big run of this whole meadow. But then when I came to this area... There's this like beautiful, huge hill, and then this natural creek leading to the beach. And then if you go to the other side, all of this is beautiful, I really think. A lot of the open meadow fields are beautiful, but this is one of the best ones I've seen. And then all of this was open, a couple of oak trees, etc. And then on the other side was a second one of these little creek inlets. Very natural. And so this is where I started building. I started to kind of like layer up this part of the... I started to kind of like make my base inside there. And for a long time, up until like basically Black Forest or Iron, etc., it was just mostly open ground with a small farm and a log house or anything. But it wasn't until I got the iron from the swamp that I started to really figure out how to put it. It's basically in quadrants. First off, I had to realize that the game, essentially in terms of how you dig, if you want straight lines like this from your digging, you have to orient yourself north, south, east, west. Because I tried to basically make it a steady line across this way from point to point, but it was kind of at like a 25-degree angle, so it was ragged. So I terraformed, moved this all up, and then... The dream was always, because this game is kind of like, you return to the base, right? And you bring all your stuff in there. And then you have kind of like a grim march up here, past all your armor sets, walk up here, and this is like your place where you can like rest and recuperate. You know what I mean? That's kind of like the vibes here. But the execution of it was a lot. If I had all these bonfires going, once I put all the lights in it, this is basically like 1.0. And then once I get all the stuff for Mistlands and Plains, can kind of sex up the walls a little bit with some different metals and everything like that. It'll be mostly the same as this in shape. And then it'll just like be a little more like intricate and a little darker. I think I'll line the walls with all of my animal trophies. All the enemy trophies along the back sides, I think. 2 more bosses for these last 2 item stands for the trophy. So the major 6 heads in here. This is a pretty small chamber, but it's all you really need. And then wealth and riches everywhere. And then this took me like a full day. Mostly just to, it's not, the work itself is not difficult, but it's figuring out the physics of getting this building to work. Essentially the whole thing is on wood iron beams. Wood iron beams can go very, very high into the sky as long as they start on a grounded piece. So I had to terraform all this ground up to this point, because before it was just the castle walls are down there and it's building off the castle walls. But if you build these off of a ground piece, these are wood iron bars, wood iron beams hidden behind the core iron poles. But if I just build it right off the castle walls, I can make it maybe half this height. So this is as tall as I can possibly make it, such that when you get up here, you can have hearths, which are made of stone, surrounding the base. So if when I really give her and want to like show off, all of these are lit. You can see from very far away. Now that I can make tar roofs, I can make this like a lot nicer than it is, honestly. Right now it's just like a thatch roof, and both sides are actually different. And so this is as high as you can get, while still being able to let these hearths be up here. So that was the whole process. And now that we have our full set of gear from the plains, even though we have pretty low weapon skills because we haven't used maces or... No, we've used maces, but we haven't used swords in a while. So now the next goal is to suit ourselves up and then go find some new plains that I haven't explored that thoroughly. Namely probably this one, and maybe another one that I can find, and start trying to find the little thing that'll tell me where the boss is. So that's the next goal. Drop that, drop that. I'm gonna make some more arrows. I'm gonna put these 2 farming things back. I should go check my farming stuff. Fenris coat I dropped back here. So I have all my gear. I have all my new gear. I got a little coal, my 2 weapons, some bread. Thank you. I spent, like, I'm on day like 500 or something. I was thinking about this all the time for like weeks, and then eventually it took me like almost 2 full weeks. I don't know, it took me a long time just to tinker. I really needed to wait till I got stone and iron to start kind of making the shape of it proper. And yeah, there's more to come. The animals will be over here in their paddocks once I figure out how to get them wolves and the locks in here. I made spiral staircases in all 4 battlements. It's pretty defendable too. I can maybe like double thicken the walls or something maybe. I don't really find it's been much of an issue. But I had to learn how to manually make these. You can see here that for some reason... Okay. Alright. For some of my... Don't punch the wall. Punch the neck. Okay. This way I can have the creek open and still not have creatures come in. Looks like some of these have fallen away because of rot or something. Not sure what happened here. Maybe some sort of damage, but I'll have to replace these. And then, yeah, I made all these manually. What you do is that you set up a central pole. Hey Kai, how you doing? You set up a central pole, and then you do one tick of rotation at a time to make each one. And I tried this with a lot of different ways, but this is the best staircase, I think. It's the smoothest and looks the best once you do it. So the first one I did took a while, but now I kind of learned how to do it, and after that it only takes like 10-15 minutes to do it. So there we're at. I'm gonna want to move these thatches. I don't think all 4 of the thatch towers are on the exact same orientation. So eventually I'm gonna redo these to make sure that they're all facing whatever, the proper compass directions. And I made that paddock stone because I tried to trap a wolf in there, and it was really hard. The wolf was just wrecking shit. I was reading some guides yesterday saying, like, if you want to capture a wolf, like, bring a bunch of meat and make a stone pen fence inside the mountain and just, like, stay there for, like, 4 days. It sounds so trash. I never want to do that. But I might have to. I want to have wolves wandering on the base patrolling. If I do that, I'm going to have to figure out how to make sure that I have no places that people can exit. That's going to be the main concern. Okay, so shield, weapon... Move everything, drop the torch, put that there, put that there. So this is the same thing, essentially. And then I gotta put away I'm gonna go check my farm, put away my farming utensils, and then probably wait till tomorrow. And then we're going plains adventuring. I started watching some, like the LCS and LEC, like the League of Legends Pro Leagues are back on. And I started to kind of watch it a little bit. I don't really watch LCS because the North American League is pretty weak. And I don't like the production. But LEC I've been watching really regularly for like since 2018 when they rebranded. But I don't give a shit right now. I don't know. The time is too idle. Watching sports is too much like sitting still. You know what I mean? I just don't care enough. I was like sitting here just kind of feeling like, you know how your stomach, I don't know if you guys get this way, but if I'm sitting like procrastinating for too long, just like scrolling or like just like halfway distracted but not really doing like a good thing, my stomach starts to feel kind of sick. So that was kind of happening to me a little bit. Just wanted to get on to doing something. I need to record more games. So I want to just keep going. It's fun to watch like the analytics of things going up over time. It's interesting. Nothing crazy yet, but it is encouraging to see, like, to look at a 5-month period and see how the numbers have changed. Fallout was one of the games with like the most viewers I think I've ever played, actually. I think it was like the 3 or 4 days of Fallout were like some of the most viewers I've ever seen. So I kind of wonder whether that is a reason I should play Fallout 2, maybe. I don't like how this is like a little ugly here. Whatever, I can't do anything about it. Oh, I know what to do. You reseed it. Pathin? No. Level ground? No. Oh, you do this. And then you do grass. That shit looks a little better. A little more natural. Yeah, I think you might be right about that, for sure. It depends on personality type, too. Like, I love having people... When I be at my house, I used to live in a house that was like a 3-bedroom apartment with 2 friends. And I just like smoke weed and play computer games all the time when I wasn't working. And I'd have friends drop by to like socialize. And some people are a lot happier to watch other people play than they are to play themselves. Whereas if I watch someone else play, I'm reaching for my phone in like 10 minutes. I can't do it. I'm too like ADD. But some people can like... I had a friend, when we would play Hearthstone Arena, like hours upon hours a day. And he would just like roll joints and watch me play. But I can't do it for other people. It's too hard. You gotta have like... the complementary friend. You gotta have a watcher and a player. But what you're saying is also pretty correct, that we're all like for sure dopamine. A lot of us are like dopamine exhausted for sure. It doesn't feel right when I take a break from streaming for like half an hour, and then just like look at my phone for most of it. It's not that different, but like you gotta give your eyes a break. It'd be better if I like played a game of golf or something. I don't know. I don't even like golf. Something with like a lot of eye movement, a lot of outdoor time. I don't know. Okay, is there anything else I needed to upgrade? No, I don't think so. Nothing's coming to mind. I should make some more arrows. How many do I have? I need to make 3 stacks. So 6 arrows, 6 feathers, bunch of needles. Okay, 96, it's good. The only long things I can watch is essays on history or game topics. Do you mean like watching actively the whole time, or like listening while doing something else? You mean like actively watching? Only that is your attention? I agree with you. Those are like the 2 most fun things for me to watch on YouTube too, honestly. I really like vintage RPG channels. Like, I like channels, none of them are like perfect, but I like channels that are like talking about like 16-bit and 32-bit era games mostly. Those are the ones that like I remember the most fondly as being a kid. I'll watch most of those. None of the channels are like perfect though. It's hard to tell whether I want long form content or something. One I watched recently, there's a channel called I Finished a Video Game. And this guy does like total full histories of various game series. There was a Castlevania one that was like 6 hours long. I watched the whole thing. It was sick. I remember playing Castlevania games when I was a kid. But this guy, the amount of detail this guy went into was like incredible. It was pretty educational. That was my favorite one for sure. Okay, so do I have a good amount of food here? I think I do. Yeah, not bad. I guess I'll do one more stack of this. What kind of history stuff do you watch? Like Roman, 20th century, other? I suppose I could put some points into my axe. What does it need? Black metal and linen thread. I don't think I have much black linen ready. Black metal ready. Do I? Not really. What's in here? Some coal. Alright. So. I gotta do something with this time to wait till tomorrow. So I will drop a stack of wood in the coal maker. Stop my ship from being destroyed, ideally. There you go, that helps. Okay, I'm gonna do a little surgery down here. You can only really do this during bad weather. It's amazing how easy this bread is to make. Yeah, I think those are really cool times. Those are some of my favorite to watch for sure too. I saw a chart today that was like Roman emperors by time they spent ruling. And it was like Augustus was like 40 years. Oh shit, look at this. Which was like oof. Roman emperors by like a time spent ruling. So the longest was Augustus at 40 years, and then the next three were all like 19. It was like Marcus Aurelius and a couple of others, whose names I don't currently recall, all of whom had like around 19 years. And then some people were as long as like a few. Commodus was like 13 or 14 or something, the guy that Joaquin Phoenix played in Gladiator. It's pretty cool. Marcus Aurelius, I've read his book Meditations. It was a great read. One of those like you feel smarter when you read it books. World War II is so interesting too because of the... So here's what's confusing. Do they have the weapon? Like, why don't I have the weapon sets that were like associated with my early stuff? Like, what did I do with like my bronze sword? There it is. So I have the iron set, but like, I wonder why I don't have like a bronze spear. I wonder what I do with those weapons. Did I just throw them out? Roman era and Napoleonic ones both are ones where it's so cool to watch like the troop movements and like the overall like strategy to it. I think it's so great. Okay, bedtime for Bonzo. I'm wet. Come on. I think the fire's getting snuffed out by the wind. I should have changed my buff. So which way is the wind coming? Oh, good. All right. All right, come on, drop me off. There's a channel called Wendover on YouTube I like too. I don't watch them that often, but it'll be like a 15-20 minute video on like how something works. Like cargo lanes, or like cross-world shipping, or like how they move the Formula 1 cars around, or like aviation, those kind of things. I think it's cool. Okay, time to get some thick stacks of food. Half of those, half of those. Move that, and then half my pies. I'm gonna put that wood and stone away. And away we go. Tom Scott, huh? Check it out. Tom Scott chokes on vape. 6 million subscribers. Oh, I see. He's this kind of guy. Right, yeah. Yeah, for sure. Similar to the Wendover one. Just a little more of a personal touch, it looks like. Alright. Consider me subscribed. Alright, so. I put away my farming gear. I have everything I need. Time to stack up. Alright. So now I'm going to use probably the sword for a while. Alright, now we're off to the swamps. So now we're off to the plains. And it's time to find out where the boss is. First, go get the bone mass buff. How many potions do I have? 2? Good enough. The worst in this game is when potions which give you slow regen, you use too late. And still die like a second later. It's definitely known to happen. I'm an expert at dying in this game. That's the reason my sword skill is at literally fucking 0, even though I use swords for like maybe a solid quarter of the game. So I have the totems for the boss. I'm pretty sure you only need 3. Look at that pie. That pie lasts 30 minutes. Wendover's good. It's like, I think a little like commercial now, or like a little kind of, it's a little bland, but they're good. Like they're like really in depth. I like them. They're often on topics that are like, hey, I've always kind of wished I knew more about that. The commercial aviation one. There's some good like Chinese infrastructure ones. Pretty sweet. All right, so we are in the, hold on. Unless I want to cross here, this is probably the wrong portal. And then there's a bunch of those like historical YouTuber ones that I follow, like kings and generals, etc. But I just don't think any of them are really that good. They all feel like this is hosted by Clash of Clans. Check out this, blah blah blah. I don't know. It's hard to find ones on YouTube I really like. Some people just say Hardcore History by George, whatever his name is, Dan Carlin. Some people just say that's the way to go. Okay, so the plains looks like it's over here as well. So just make a beeline west. Look at this beautiful oak tree. Amazing. I love those things. I can't cut them down if they're in an open field like that. They're just too nice. I do need to cut down some oak trees though, because there's a chance when you cut down an oak tree you get an acorn, so you can plant them. Because I want to plant some oak trees in my base because they're so beautiful. But right now I have 4. 4 is about pretty much all I would need. Mark Felton Productions, World War 1 and 2. Yeah. That's cool. Check that one out later too. Sounds like a British name. Mark Felton. I'm not sure what put this virus into me, but on my days where I don't go to the gym in the morning, if you don't actually go to the gym that day, you kind of want to eat a little bit less generally, especially carb-wise. And like this is obviously like a lot of carbs, but I find like if I want to eat a big breakfast that really fills me for a long time, I'm kind of like craving pancakes lately. Like a big ass meal and have a couple of pancakes with it. You can kind of feel the insulin spike a little bit. Like I feel like a little bit too lazy or something for a few hours after doing it. Like really calm in a way that's like, I guess good, but feels like a little bit low energy. Yeah, the days where I want to like have a meal where I stay full for a while, I'll add a couple of pancakes to it. It's pretty great. But making them at home, I have a recipe in my cookbook. I have like this huge New York Times like Bible. It's like 1,200 pages. So I make this like recipe. It's like it serves like 4 to 6 people. Then you half it, but it's still like a huge stack of like 4 gigantic pancakes. What I should do is just make the batter and half the recipe and use the batter for 2 days of pancakes. That shit's good. Also lately, I've always made like a shrimp dish, which is kind of like a Asian stir fry style, just like ginger and garlic and all those things. But lately, the shrimp I've been getting are in the shell. They have the heads off, but they're still in the shell. So I've been trying to figure out how to make a dish so that like, if you have like, oh, fuck you. If you have a dish that's like in the shell, the shrimp are in the shell, they're not really going to pick up much flavor from the oils. So I'm trying to figure it out. And like something I remember is my dad used to make something called, my dad used to make me a dish called jambalaya a lot. And jambalaya is like a Louisiana style, like southern dish. It literally just means ham and rice. But like peppers and short grain rice and stock and all those things. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I bought a really big chunk of ham today. Like a bone-in natural ham. And so I cut it into pieces. And then I'm going to have like, so that way the shrimp, even though it's in the shell, I'll make a dish with enough liquids that they'll still have flavor. I hate these guys so much. Oh my god, there's 3 of them. I'm out. I gotta kite them a little bit. Okay, so 4 is my new arrow. There's at least 3 here. There's 4, yeah. I basically can't stay still. I might just go in the middle of these boys. Just take them out. Alright, boys. Keep gathering up. See what happens. Oh, that really knocks me back, eh? Oh, God. At least I can still dodge. Oh, my God. This is crazy. Five of them? These guys are wild, dude. Okay, tarred again. That doesn't do too much damage. But look at this tar everywhere. Jesus Christ. I feel like BP. Oh, shit. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Look, did you see that? These guys are fucking horrifying. Okay, we're gonna kite the rest. You can't really outplay that. Jesus. Sometimes they jump and shoot projectiles too, if I recall correctly. There it is. I'm stuck in a bush. Be very careful. This guy's probably next. These guys are nuts, dude. Think of all the tar I'm gonna get, though. Okay, one more. There's one more I can probably try to play him. Combat is difficult in this game. For the main reason is that you're very restricted by stamina. Like, you can't do anything unless you have proper stamina. So you always have to stay perfectly well fed. And you have to be very careful that you don't, or else you're just going to stand still and die a sad, pitiful death. Which has definitely been known to happen. This is a very punishing game. Your consequences for dying are more than the average game for sure. Massive backtracks, like have to recover your gear. Creatures kind of stick around once you do it. Really, really tough. But very rewarding. And the bases are very fun. And getting like your own little flow and having your own little place that goes exactly the way you want. Really high quality. Okay, so what did I do for tar pits? I did this. And then over here is a normal base. I'm also a little worse at this game than usual because I kind of want to like outplay stuff. This is not really like an outplay game. This is like a outplan and outstrategize game. So it's not, it's a little, okay. How many of you guys come in here? Feel a lot stronger with my new weapons. How many fuckers are coming? You can kind of cheese this generally. There's always a boulder near the village. You usually stand on top of the boulder. Having new food has really helped. I'm a lot tankier now. This is a little dangerous. Oof. Lots of stamina left. Gonna back up a little bit. I'm trying to line of sight this guy, so I don't get shamaned. Chop, chop, chop. Switch weapons for funsies. The bigger the guys are, the more time it takes for them to die, I find. Clap, clap. He's out. Alright, so it's incredible how much stronger I feel now. Fully maxed out weapons. And the best possible food. Alright, fellas, bring it on. Alright, bring it on, fellas. Like ever, it's always more important to take out the range guys first. A little low on stamina currently. Kind of getting flanked here a little bit. How's my health? Getting flanked a little bit more. But generally speaking, these guys are getting owned. Alright. Wow, that was a big difference than before. I couldn't take on a whole village of these guys before. This is a big jump in power. That's great. Okay, snipe the tower dude. I don't need to, but whatever. Is he staying up there? Oh, he died from the dot. There should be another one up there, probably. Clap. Alright. So let's look for my loot. I don't think I need more of these, but I will take them. It's not a real downside to having some in case I like fail the boss or something. This guy is about to get his. Can't even hit him. Standing on his head. This is cool, the way they put the little rocks in there at various angles. I wonder if I could even do that. Anything in here? Anything up top in this little spy tower? Probably not. This is really interesting design. I don't know if I can make these like fences like that, or whether it's unique to their architectural lexicon. I think that mosquito just died on a fence pole. Fucking amazing. Life can be great sometimes. So, are you playing anything recently? I don't really need to do that. I could just come up and swipe that dude. Here we go. Oh, you clever devil. Okay, so eventually, if this continues to be the case, I might have to look up. I'm not gonna do that, but I would like to figure out what I need to do to start to find out where the boss is. Normally there's like these little signposts in like the dungeons or whatever, the recurring dungeons. I haven't seen that so far here. Oh, really? Nice. That game has a very, very cool look to it. Inventory's looking a little crammed, full of bullshit. Seems like such an inane thing to say, but I feel like there's a lot of like games with big sequels coming out that were like successful borderline indie games. I guess people have been like cooking for a couple of years due to COVID. Now we're in like big release spikes, I think. That was a miss. Okay. I was like, for a while I was fighting these guys with like a low armor mobility set. And like a fist weapon. Not ideal. Alright, so let's check. I still just really need to find out. My main goal here is to get the clap. These guys are turning into fucking dog food. Yeah, I'm now looking for the tablet, which tells me where the boss is. I'm now carrying too much. I put this away and this away. That away and one of those. Okay, so I gotta go back to base. So it looks like there's a lot more planes this way. I guess I'll just run through this way. Yeah, I think you're right. I'd say that's pretty fair. Like I think like there's been a lot of disillusionment about AAA games for probably about 5 years now. It seems like, just from my sense of it. Microtransactions, like shoddy remakes, like constantly the same franchises, all those things. But I don't think it was really until like the 2018, 2019 era, let's say, speculatively, that there started to be like single A or double A games that like really popped off. Think what a story Stardew Valley was. Stardew Valley is a hugely influential game. But now like the single group, I don't know, there just seems to be more possibilities for people making things that look a lot better. It's interesting how much like Unity and Unreal Engine have like really improved the lot and like the possibilities for smaller designers. It's really cool, man. I'm also like blown away by like, if you ever watch like some of the big video game showcases, it's like every major studio has like a Stardew clone coming out like every 6 months. Squaresoft, Nintendo, etc. Actually crazy, man. We think the guy should get a fucking cut of every one of those checks. Alright, come get some. The PC Gamer, like PC Gaming Showcase, was like almost exclusively indie games. To some degree, I'm like, is this because they're cheap and this is all they could get at the showcase? But also, like, I don't know. Think of like the biggest streamers, like the biggest streamers. Like outside of like the must-see releases, someone like XQC is playing like fucking Polybridge and like GTA servers. It doesn't feel like, I don't know. It's interesting the way the market's kind of like segmented. Okay, here's another town here. Did I just clear this one too? I guess I should. This one has 2 berserkers. Okay, I'm gonna buff here. Use another pie. Just make sure this goes well. Clunk, clunk. Get fucked. What's that? Oh, that's the guy's death animation. That was like some sort of fucking kamikaze explosion. What is hitting me? I need stamina. 2 shamans. Okay, I gotta watch out here. This is annoying. What's my health? Pretty low. Excuse me, do you mind? Like they're like invisible. This game could be a bit punishing about that. What is this? Jesus. Jesus. Persistent little devils, aren't you? How's my stamina? Close to full. He's burning trees. How environmentally insensitive. Alright, there's a lot of stuff I'm going to need to do to clear it, to catch this stuff back up. Is a Desquito there randomly? Where'd we go? Save some stamina here. Okay, I'm pretty low actually. It's time to vamos. This is not it. I think I might die here. Just by virtue of just low resources. These guys are quick. If I can heal some health, can maybe kind of pick some of these dudes off. 1-star berserker. Alright, this is a bit too much for me. Okay. My base is to the east and north, so I'll come back and clear the rest of this up later. How much do I have on bone mass? I just don't have the stamina. What am I doing? More later. And there's also like a lot of games. There's also a lot of game modes like that people still really like. A lot of genres that people like mainstream studios don't really make anymore. RTS games, for example. There's a lot of RTS games that people play, but like I don't think it's either really old school classics or it's ones that. I gotta stop getting baited. Let's do this later. Okay, so is this basically the direction I need to go? I'm gonna do a little more scouting of the rest of this while I'm here. What was that? Is that Odin? There's one more little village over here. Okay. So once I wrap these up, hopefully one of these will have an indication of where the base is. Okay, I got myself into a little bit of... These boys are coming for me. So off into the Misty Mines we go. It's a great time for a torch. I love a good forest torch run. Oh, the Death Skeeto's taking those boys out. I wonder who wins between a Death Skeeto and a troll. I think a troll wins. Trolls are like surprisingly way up there in terms of like who would win all fights. Ow. Like I'd like to see a troll versus an abomination. I'm not sure I've ever seen that brawl happen. Is that guy gone? Yeah, he's fighting the troll, huh? I think the troll just one-shots the mosquito now that I think about it. Especially troll with steak. Everybody fears troll with steak. I think that these are cool. They're how you get the thing. They're how you get the item to summon the second boss. So I guess they like use them well enough. They look so awesome though. They're just kind of like the first time you see something that like endlessly regenerates enemies. Wouldn't be bad to get those red mushrooms, but at what cost? I like everything I have. Oh, I forgot to pick up the totem. Oh, whatever. I'll get some more after. I'll be back here in the morning. I should go back soon. Hopefully I can get some sleep before morning. Get the rest to buff. Come on, let's go. Come on. Another interesting trend that are like essentially indie or small studio games are like studios getting the license for like popular like 90s franchises like Ninja Turtles or Streets of Rage, etc. And then making like a pretty faithful throwback game. Something that's like borderline excessive, but it's really interesting to see the way that the indie market in the past 5 years is like really like heavily going in on nostalgia. Like a game like Narita Boy, whatever it's called. The Streets of Rage and TMNT sequels, just the amount of RPGs that like are like, oh, it's Chrono Trigger meets Fire Emblem, it's Chrono Trigger meets blah blah blah, it's Chrono Trigger meets blah blah blah. Like they're all constantly like that. Okay, which of these things are non-transferable as you guys? Sea of Stars, Chained Echoes, all these games coming out. A lot of the times like Kickstarter games like Ayuden Chronicles, which is basically like the old Suikoden people getting the ability to make a game. I don't know. I think it's like a little bullshit, honestly. Anytime that like a company, regardless of size, is trying to like plumb your nostalgia more than trying to make something really new, I think that's like generally a mistake, I would say. That's like, have we not learned that from like what movies are like right now? Oh my god, like another blah blah blah. Like, it's just the excitement of seeing it, and it's the excitement of hearing about it. Like someday, maybe not, but I feel like someday Square is finally gonna get around to like remaking like Xenogears or something, and it's gonna be like, it's gonna be so shit. Just by nature of remakes. Remake the best game ever, it's still gonna be shit. Unfortunate but true. Squaresoft, I can't believe what they've turned into as a company. Like The most unabashedly cynical company in history. All they do is remaster. Not all they do, but like so much of what they do right now is just remaster their old games constantly. You're like, see, guys, we were good in like 1997, huh? Right? Anyone? No? All right. And like various levels of effort on the remakes depending on how popular the game was. Compare like Final Fantasy VII to like Live Alive or something. Okay, one more fish taco. Alright, food's looking pretty good right now. Go check the fields. No, whatever. I'm just gonna keep exploring for now. Anything else I need to do differently? Not really, we're good. But I just feel like there's a lot of game companies and like, no, there's a lot of like small indie people or like YouTubers I follow on Twitter who get like pretty jacked up every single time a game is like that unabashedly borrows from old RPGs, gets taken up. Some of them are good for sure, but how good? I just don't like the unabashed nostalgia baiting. That guy got wrecked. Okay, so now we run this way and go back down and clear the rest of this plains. And then hopefully one of these will tell me how to get to the new map, the new boss. Another lovely morning on the meadows. Another perfect oak tree. These open meadows are the best place to find oak trees to chop down. But then the problem is you lose the oak tree. When they are so pretty. Any big boy boars around here? No, just little guys. Where's this little chubbo going? Alright, simmer down. I don't know who you're upset with, but it's not me. Alright, alright, alright. We don't have to get into all this. Sometimes it's like easy to try to calculate what game to play next. That's like the maximum departure from the last game you played, or try to balance things long term, etc. But I think you'd really just play the game next that you want to. I'm gonna take a little more time to think about it carefully. I think there's just some games where you're just like never gonna really want to motivate yourself to play like a really big open world game that you want to have some real completionist feels to. But you gotta do it. You want to like tag it. I'm at the stage now between game paralysis, and it's like really bugging me. I mean, don't get me wrong, I want to finish this for sure, but to some degree, if you take a long enough break from something, you always kind of like break your tie with it in your heart. So right now this has like been more progression than it has been like the joy of discovery a little bit. But I didn't want to like just let go of it forever. You can't let go of something that you put a lot of time into. Alright, fuckers, who wants some? He went for the skeleton. That mosquito. Where'd he go? Did that skeleton also take out the death mosquito at the same time? There's no way, right? It should just explode. Okay, do you want to stop running? Oh. Okay, not bad. That was like a mission impossible from that death mosquito to kill that skeleton, but where'd he go? Really weird. Alright, fellas, bring it on. Let's get some high ground and start popping some tags here. Hey, you. Come on, buddy. Bring it on. Damn. Fucking monster right now. One thing that this game... just an idea I had. I don't think they should do this or would do this. And I think it's one of those things where it would make things... It'd give you anxiety. But if they give you like an item or one of your food slots that instead of giving health and stamina, instead gave you like increased skill learning, that would be wild. You're like, well, I want to be fully tacked up, but if I do this, then... Oh, that was almost a sick shot. Imagine one of your food slots gives you like increased skill XP. That would be crazy. That'd be such a crazy calculation of like, that'd be such a hard mode calculation. Fueling party. They're so weird, man. Where is this guy going? Oh, 2 for 1? Maybe it's just that the spear guys have a different behavior pattern or something. Okay, alright. We don't have to go into all this. Oh, right in the dome. Maybe not. Alright. I don't really care about the black metal at this point. My onus on this stuff is smelting it, not collecting it. Okay. As of yet, okay, so I have to remember that I don't really give a shit about how much black metal I have at this point, because I think I have like 200. I have more than I ever need. So similar to silver, I don't need to necessarily overindulge in wealth and riches that I'm never going to use. Although black metal maybe has more utility. Silver doesn't even like build into any gear or anything. I think there's 5 chests in this place. It's unbelievable. I've never seen anything like it. Okay, but there is one thing. The one thing this place does not have is an indication where the boss is. In fact, nowhere as of yet has there been anywhere that tells me where the boss is. So I wonder if it's in one of those like stone structures. Okay, I got the coins. Nice. Jump across. Spider-Man this shit. There you go. Give me the black metal scraps. Those again I'm going to probably throw away. It starts weighing me down. This game has like mid-2000s computer game levels of punishment for... What happened here? What the fuck? Levels of punishment for... This is chaos. I think the Berserkers probably went for these guys and suffered for it. Is that what I think happened here? I think these guys beat Berserker, because there was like a 1-star Berserker and shit here, and they're just gone. Wow, these guys don't, those tar pits don't mess around. Of course you can't get that stuff, which can be a bummer. But still, Jesus. Tar pits, the great equalizer. Don't be a woolly mammoth. Oh, they're over here, I see. Alright. What are you guys doing? Try to assassinate before he hits me one more time. Shit. This is where I die. Kite him out while I heal up. I tried to kill him with one more shot, but instead he just acts like a jerk. Fueling trophies. I don't care. God, they're so annoying. When you do have stamina, you're just such an utter monster. Endlessly spamming. Alright. So that was a little crazy. I wonder what these guys are doing here. How's my weight? Way up. What is that? Growth trophy? Gross. Alright, so we have to drop some of these stacks. Let's keep it at 30. Tar. Mosquitoes they're having enough of that. Nice dodge. There's no dot on this. I think the dot is like depending on if they're weak to something. I think this is just pierce though. I remember mostly seeing a dot when I had like frost and spirit being effective damage. How many fuckers are there here? Oh, look at that. The in air. I'm gonna be careful here. Okay. Kite them out. There's 2 of them. How's my arrow supply? 62. Just swimming in it. These guys, you have to be a little careful to shoot over them. As long as you keep moving, you don't seem to necessarily... Oops. As long as you keep moving, you don't necessarily seem to get hit. Even moving just like sideways should be... Look at that guy. What a fucking Mega Man. It would be cool in this game if there was a... Ow. It would be cool in this game if there was a separate attack for like a jump attack. Or a... Sorry, like a quick attack you can do after rolling. That I would think would be cool. Like a roll and stab or something. Or if you could roll into your special attack with like a little smoothness to it, I think that would be great. Oof. Oof. Is that in the tar? Can you pick that one up? No, it's in the tar. Alright, I don't really need to do any of this. I guess I'll keep labeling tar pits. Although, again, I don't really give a shit. At this point, I think I've got... Oh, no. Tar is one of those things that I might need a lot of because it's building materials. That's the reason, like, the iron demand is so high. Alright, fellas. So here's who you get the... Here's who you get the... Oh, really? Right over shoulder. Oh, shit. Okay. It looks like there's an animation. I love when there's like a malignant creature, like when the skeletons fight the other things in the same biome. I really like that a lot. Or those growths just being like fucking necrotic wastes. Okay, can you just like please just stop? Okay. Look at this guy. What a monster. Over here, bud. So these guys take bleed damage. I wonder why. Okay, 2 of these guys at once is challenging for sure. Ooh. I cannot get hit by the star one. This is where I get out. That shaman being there is not appreciated. I think it'd be probably best. The shaman is pretty debilitating. That is a pretty annoying slow. So I can kite him. Oh shit. That's being out of stamina, right? Uh oh. What am I doing? Okay, I think this is just a little less complicated if I just kite these boys out. For at least killing one of them. It's a little boring though. If I could isolate them a little bit, I could at least just block the big guy. I'm also not choosing my targets. Alright. See, this is bad. Whew. Yikes. So now the shaman is an angle on me again. He's gonna hit me, yeah. I got a lot of health. Okay, I got the... Alright, okay. Okay, we don't have to get into all this. Okay, simplifies things greatly. They're like actually like actively shoving me. Is that guy 1 star too? No. There's another shaman. This is getting annoying as fuck. Ow. Yeah, stamina is my weak point here, and this all these new dudes. What the fuck happened? What the fuck? Ooh. All right. I still have bone mass on, so I'm not sure why it's been this way. Okay, time to clear out the riffraff a little bit. Oh. Okay. That's my health. Pretty good. So now we get closer to that guy. They were really fucking rushing me here. Oh. Okay, this is really crazy. It's gonna be worse with bone mass done. Okay, yeah, with bone mass down, this is gonna be bad. Could eat a fish taco. Okay, 1 down. Oof. Oh shit. Oh shit. I'm wasting my stamina. This is crazy. It's gonna get worse soon. I gotta run up this hill. See if this buys me any time. Looks like it does. And time to cheese, I guess. Worry about that guy. So they can't get up here. What I wouldn't do for a fucking dynamite. They can get up here. Maybe. Okay. Alright, so I cheesed it. I mean, I made good progress for a while. Really? Did that not hit him? What the fuck? Oh, how you look now? Alright, so... That guy is really tanky. Alright, so... I guess I just keep cheesing this. How did that not hit somebody? That's insane. Does the dot damage even do less if you don't charge your arrow? That's interesting. It was 1.4 or something there, now it's 2.5. Interesting. Oh, wrong guy. How do you guys like this? Maybe if you learn to climb. Can't believe I missed that. Uninspired, fellas. Uninspired. Can't think of anything better. And then I'll wrap these boys up once I'm done and get my stamina back. Is that gonna kill him? I don't think so. Okay, stamina. I wonder what this game would be like if you had health bars on top of enemies. This fucker, come on. Whew, alright, that was a little annoying. Okay, so maybe this will be the one that has an indication of where the boss is. I hear another one. I hear another little rascal. There's a rascal too. That's a different kind of rascal. Where is he? Who's in here? Stuck behind the bed, bud? Sucks for you. Wait, what was that? Oh, there's more up there, okay. Fueling totem. Alright. So. Motherfucker, do I have to do some research? There's no, like... There's no, like, dungeons in this. So, like... You know... Which of these things should I... Whatever. There's no dungeons in this, so it's kind of, like, hard to figure out a little bit where the indication of the next boss would be. You know? It certainly does not seem to be anywhere around here. For now, I'm going to sprint around and pick up some coins if I can. Tar, that's cool. Buke Parry's not cool. Fueling Head's also not cool. Coin stacks, look at this, so awkward. Why does it do that? I didn't die. Shouldn't coalesce like that. Really weird. Really quite strange. I'd really literally rather have this wood than some of these other things they're showing me here. Okay, so I still do not know. I like how strong I am. The food is like come in handy. I'm a real tanky boy. Hey fellas, how we doing? So he's up here, right? No, even when I come up here, like, you don't even care? Where's my sense of righteous combat? Alright, so here's a pickle. Ouch. Yeah, so the pickle continues. How does one know what to do? So there's planes here. There's another planes here. This looks like a big one too. If I go directly west. Okay, so I see no indication of where the boss is. It's bullshit. Alright, on to the next area. So there's nothing here. So we're heading directly west. Then you gotta go through the whole swamp. Maybe it's better I do this one instead. Yeah, that way I go back. That way I go back to the base. I'll probably need to do both. Yeah, it's true. Hercules blew out an ACL. Is that what happened? I didn't know. I think it's like an underknown detail. That's what they say. Even the greatest athletes are at risk of just a single cruciate ligament being their downfall. Lo, how the mighty have fallen. This is our Louis C.K. bit that I really like. That was like, he's like, his daughter's reading about Achilles, and she's like, Dad, so if like her mom, if Achilles' mom dipped him in the river Styx, and held him by the ankle, and that's the reason that the one ankle is the one weak point. Why didn't she just grab him by the other ankle and then dip him again so that everything was covered? And he's like, see, this is a lesson about parenting. It's never enough. You can make a kid be completely invincible for 99% of his body. He's like, Mom, you didn't dip me in the ankle, Mom. And why don't you just like, why are you fighting in fucking sandals? Put a boot on and you'll be fine forever. It's never enough with kids. I think that's funny. I mean, I don't have children, but I get the sense that like everyone has this feeling that they never did enough, or the parents are like, kids are like, why didn't you do this for your mom? Why didn't you give me a better start? And like, that's just like the central existential conscience plaguing of parenthood is like, you just do, I guess you just like, various people to some degree or another, just unless they have like major trauma or substance abuse issues, are essentially doing the best they can. Mom, why didn't you dip my other ankle? Why didn't you fight with boots on? So you didn't get killed by an arrow, Achilles, you asshole. Oh, that guy just shot a deer. Wow, you're an asshole. Mom, why didn't you dip my ankle in the river, Mom? One of the things at one of those like gaming showcases, which was what, this past week, was the advertising for Hades 2. Like, it looked kind of shitty. Like, their concept is to make Hades 2 like a big multiplayer game, it seems to. And I guess it was like maybe like alpha footage or something like that graphically, but it looked kind of trash. I don't know. I know it'll be much better. They did a great job with the first game. That was super fun. That was more like, I think that was like an all-time classic, honestly. I still have like builds in Hades that I did that I to this day remember being like, fuck, that was sick. Even some of them were builds like I didn't win with, but sometimes it's like, oh god, that was so fucking crazy. The easiest ones tended to be like bow and arrow builds I found. Just shooting the final boss from like off screen for like 1300 a pop. But yeah, the footage they showed of the sequel looked kind of shit. That's what I think, at least. I wonder how this weapon, which is half blunt and half pierce, I wonder how it calculates strengths and weaknesses. It seemed to be just one number. So if it's weak to one, is it weak to both? If it's strong to one, is it strong to both? I wonder how they do that. Do they calculate them individually and then just put it into one number? I mean, that's probably what it is. A little difficult to figure out. Are we good? Okay, back home. Somebody just bit my portal. Looks like a neck. That same neck that's been chasing me for ages. I can get my cat to drink milk froth. After I steam the milk, I give my cat some. But I can't get her to drink it, to lick it off my finger or like off a spoon or the plate if there's any coffee in it whatsoever. I was reading this Wikipedia article about a guy who lived in Austin, Texas, who had the world's longest living cats. And he fed his cats like dry food and then a little bit of broccoli and then a little bit of coffee with cream and then a little bit of red wine a couple of times a week. And converted his garage into a cat play area and gave them like one of those fenced-in porches. Like, he clearly sacrificed a lot of his life to make sure his cats did well. And his cats lived to be like mid-30s. So crazy. I wonder if she'll live to her 20s. She has a pretty healthy life. She has some like fucking rough years at the beginning. I didn't get her until she was 5 months old. She just like escaped her previous. She just ran out of her previous house and just like, I don't know, was mine after that. And she broke her leg. She got a scratch across her nose, which kind of like hurt her, like which hurt her breathing a little bit. I hope she bounces back from all that. She's a pretty good lifestyle otherwise. She's slim, a little nervous, gets a lot of outdoors time. This cat is 5. I wonder if she'll hit. I wonder if she'll hit 20. That's what I'm saying. I'm just saying she's a pretty happy lifestyle. But yeah, the world record was cats like in their mid 30s. They had like it was like in the Guinness records. It's insane. I mean, as long she got a really hard. She got bullied by a cat in my old neighborhood. And it's like a long. She had like a long scar across her nose like this. And now once in a while she'll have like dried blood coming out of the outside of her nose that I have to kind of like clear out. So maybe I should get that like surgiced. Maybe I should get her like surgery for that or something. If there's like a long time open thing that's like just not healing because it's been a couple of years. That might be something that would eventually fuck her over. Okay, I think I need to get some more healing potions. It's not good to just have one. Why are my doors closed? Did I do that? Do I have any more healing potions? No. So we're gonna make some more. I need some wood for the fire. Just one will do. What goes into the healing potion? Medium stamina, medium healing. Honey, blood bag, raspberries, dandelions. Honey, raspberries, dandelions, blood bag. Blood bag I'm really low on. Really rough. I don't want to farm leeches. Go back to the swamp. What is this? It's so ghetto. Okay, raspberries, honey, dandelions, blood bags. Pick up the rest of my fish. Getting a little bit low on backup food. I don't really need flax. I probably should do another set of barley in there. I'd say this cat's birthday is like pretty credibly close to mine. She was like about 4 to 5 months old in like, I think it was October that I found her. My birthday's in mid-May. It'd be pretty cool if we had like a pretty similar birthday. It should at least be within a couple of weeks. Okay, so looking good. We gotta keep finding, okay, so what am I gonna do? I gotta find more planes. Did I check out this one? Just whatever ones that are closest to the fucking to the portals, I guess. We're looking forward to dinner tonight. I'm gonna cut up ginger and shallots. Skeleton surprise here? You're gonna fight my fucking portal hub? You're not allowed here. Are you really coming here? Alright, bring it on, fuckers. I would love some. Bring it on, fuckers. I would love some sword levels. Come get some. Come get some, fellas. Bring it on. I love it. This is like the most fun raid for sure. These guys are squishy. This is a rough place for them to come to too. Swim all the way here. If I was a castle man, I would pick them off in the river. Just don't give me the bone fragments. I don't care. I can't believe this. At least it's here and not my main base. Excuse me. When would this ever be difficult? I finished the 4th biome and they started sending the skeleton surprise at me. This is so fun. I love it. Hear the big bonker? The big bonker doesn't seem to work as well. Blunt, I know they're very weak to. So the fact that this is gray is weird. Which means, I think it's because Pierce is the one that they're resistant to. 330. That was fun. I mean, like a waste of a couple of in-game hours, but fun. The most dangerous, as I said before, is the trolls. For their ability to destroy your base. I'm sure there's some Mistlands ones that would be brutal. Actually, there's one of them is like the goblin hordes with the berserkers. That would be a little scary. Those guys can do some damage. Where am I going? North Isle? Which one is it? It's up top, isn't it? I know later you get like crossbows and ballistas and stuff. There's a lot of stuff I'm curious about. Okay, how far to the plains? It's directly to the west, right? Yeah. It's really weird how kind of bad this weapon set looks. This is the 5th biome. The 4th biome had a the mountains had a really great weapon set. The wolf armor and the drake helm. Now I just look like a, I don't know. It's kind of cool, I guess. But it's like, it's weird that generally speaking, each tier you tend to like to be a bit better than the one before it in terms of looks and splendor and grandeur. I would not say that's the case here. I would say this is not nicer than the mountain set. The mountain set was the nicest one. All right, big dogs back in the action. So, yo Kai, if you're here, do you know where you find like those little red glyphs that tell you where the boss is for this biome? I've cleared like probably 7 or 8 villages now. I haven't seen it there. And that's the only like unique thing. Someday I'll not take damage from that thing. Someday. Someday. All right. So what unique things are out here that potentially could be where I could find out where the boss is? Each day I'll explore a new plane. I have to make some more food soon. So after this day, I'm gonna have to restock up my some stuff. And I will probably have to go get some more blood bags to make some more pudding. Because this blood pudding is better than the bread dough. And those seem to be the prime food right now. So I will have to probably do a swamp run. Or just run through that swamp that's down here to get to the next plains. What was that? Oh yeah, these guys. I'm sick of these guys. Go fight the mosquitoes. Oh, sniped. And then... Okay, I'm gonna run around and loot this tar on the other side. And not fight these guys, because they're really annoying to fight. But there's 4 nice tar blobs here. I'm very jacked up about. Yeah, stupid. How do you like me now? Later. Oh, that was close. That got me. Okay. Alright. Once the one hits you, it all goes to shit. Ugh. At least it doesn't completely stop you from mobility. So. How much planes are we talking here? Not much. There's planes up there too. So we're doing a we're circumnavigating the island. And maybe someday, somewhere, I will find out how I'm supposed to find this boss. It's potentially I just got unlucky. Gotta read that again. Come on, pussy. Bring it on. Okay, what did that say? Good friend, lay your hand on this stone and remember Harold, who carved it. In Midgard I lost my life on the battlefield, but in Valheim it was restored to me. Yet still my battles continued. In the green meadows I fought Eikthyr the great stag and not an eye to his horns. In the deep woods I gave my shield hand to the old man of the forest, and took a Draugr arrow below my ribs that my fingers can still feel. On the mountainside I fought the mother drake, and she bit off my leg at the knee, so that I must walk always with a staff. Now my last battle must be at hand. When I sleep this time, where will I wake? It's pretty cool. A little lore, no one's complaining about that. It's like the first person with like... Alright, juked by a mosquito. It's like the first person with like a narrative I've seen in this game so far. It's like a real mosquito party out here. Kind of like my house. Alright. So here. I like the swords better than the mace. It's better to have one. Or if to play with a buddy and you each have a different specialty. That's kind of what I prefer. But it's better if you both have two. I played, I beat the third boss. Bone Mass? Yeah. I beat Bone Mass with my friend. And he was using a mace with a mace, and he had been using a mace the whole time, and I had a sword. And he was doing like 4 times more damage than I was to the boss. It was unbelievable. I was like, okay, so I'll stand in the way, and he'll attack me, and then you do the damage. You can see his numbers. It was like literally triple, I think. I was like, okay, so you got him? You got this? All right, yeah, keep hitting him. Oh, he's facing me. He's puking. All right. So I continue to be flummoxed. I love being flummoxed. So that's the end of this part of the Black Forest. All right. So up here, more plains. We continue our search. I'm not going home since I don't care about black metal anymore. I'm not going home until I find out how to find the boss. Because really all I'm doing right now is like, I could smelt some more metal for my wood chopping axe if I'd like. I could keep kind of spinning barley flour and linen. But it does not occur to me like what else I really need to do. I feel like I've been pretty thorough in searching things. I was looking through like old Reddit posts and like other discussion boards about like Fallout 1 versus Fallout 2, etc. It's one of those things where like, yeah, you see like kind of like you'll see a diversity of opinion of different people liking different games. But a lot of times people are not necessarily trying to be objective. They're like, I like this as a kid. This is the one I played first. I like it. But it was one of those things where like people's Fallout 1 support was like a little more measured and intelligent, it felt like, than people's Fallout 2 support, which is like, I like it because it's kind of like bigger or whatever. But people's Fallout 1 support, the staunchness of it was like smarter, it seemed like. Not the best you can do. Is like, there's always two sides to every issue. You just kind of like go by which person seems more reasoned. Kind of reminds me of like the RFK Jr. stuff happening right now. At one level, people are being like, this guy thinks that like Wi-Fi and 5G is bad for you, and like, I don't know, Bill Gates CIA things. But then at the same time, you listen to him talk, and you're like, this guy seems a lot more. This guy is arguing things a lot better than the people who just say he's a fucking asshole. It's kind of interesting. There's a podcast I like. Ooh, what have we here? This looks encouraging. Fucking Stonehenge? There's a podcast I like listening to ever since the GameStop era when Chamath Palihapitiya went on MSNBC and just like popped off. I was like, all right, this guy's pretty interesting. He also went to my high school, which is cool. I felt like Fallout 1 was easier to follow, and I found Fallout 2 was very difficult early on compared to 1. 1 was difficult at the hub, I found. And obviously the military base as well. But the hub, once you got through the hub, you were so fucking wealthy that everything was like kind of easier from then on. And 99% of my reloads after that were like just a super mutant destroying me for like 300 damage with a minigun out of nowhere. Or one of my guys dying because I wanted to keep all 3 companions alive. But the hub missions were like all pretty hard for like how shit I was. I had like a fucking sledgehammer. So what have we here? How long has this guy been following me for? Alright, what was I talking about? Yeah. The All In podcast is one of those things where it made me realize when I listened to it that like the main thing a lot of these like venture capital guys have in common is they're very good at speaking. And it made me kind of think to some level. This is like so obvious to some degree. But like it kind of feels like the most important thing in life for like success and just generally for life is to be very, very good at expressing yourself. And the more perfectly you can express yourself and the more perfectly like you can like make the world magic with language, the better I think a better time you have. Wow, what the fuck, man? Why am I so slow? I think I pressed the wrong button. I must have pressed Alt by accident. And it kind of occurs to me that like the more that you can perfectly clarify your ideas or show intelligence through eloquence, I think generally just like that is like probably, some people would say getting stuff done is probably more important, but I think that if it strikes me that the most important skill is to be able to explain yourself. Those guys, especially like a Brad Gerstner, who's like a frequent guest, or like Chamath, their main skill is being able to talk really well. It's very obvious. Oof. Nice stab. I kind of feel like I noticed that within my my friend group as well. Like which people have done the best. I did all that for coins and feathers? What the fuck? Imagine you have to bring the wishbone and like dig it out. What is the point of this Stonehenge? Coins and feathers? I was so excited that I found the thing. What is this, man? Henge. I do notice that with my friends too, I think. Like the people who are like not the most eloquent, but the most like composed in the way they thought. And like the best at expressing themselves. Look at this, this is so beautiful. Have tended to be the ones who have like made the most money, honestly. What the fuck is this, man? There's gotta be something more here. Alright, the search continues. Time for a little tarjacking. Ooh. That fucked me up. Oh. I'm sorry. It's getting like big Divinity Original Sin vibe. Can you fuck off? This is like what is that, Act 3 in Divinity Original Sin? Where it's like just that huge like tar blob battle that just like inevitably descends into like burning chaos. Okay. Okay. There's just too many of you guys. I've had it, I'm done. Forget all of you. Don't call me. Don't call me. Don't call me. See you all later. That's one of my favorite battles in that game. Just by like the sheer scale of it is bonkers. Okay, there's another village up there. Ow. My sword does a lot more damage. Interesting. I get the feeling that this place is more likely to have the shit. Yeah. I get a feeling that these places are a little more likely than another one. Interesting. To have the signpost, but I've seen no evidence of this thus far. That Stonehenge is like, you know, the one that I would naturally assume to be like a nice, you know, a nice addition. Okay, I do not have bone mass for this fight, which is a little bit awkward. There's always a lot of dudes here. Do I really want to do this at night? I want to assassinate the shaman is what I want to do. Nice. Okay, anything getting low? There you go. Seems like sword's the way. Jesus. Okay. These guys are like skeletons at this point. I really like the stab attack, but you gotta be on it. Well, most people form opinions on how they see you speak rather than act. It's true. Life is so much more about kind of like hierarchical status of like mentor-mentee, even in like relationships that you don't think are like that way, more than they are about the substance of what you say. It's just the way life is. It doesn't matter like how smart what you say is. It's only how you are doing. 2 totems here. So like you just have to like it's just about people looking for advice as opposed to like essentially listening to their own advice. And the second that you kind of like jitter or mumble or stumble, you've kind of like lost the audience to some degree as well. Yeah, totally. And that's why like, I don't know, like confidence breeds confidence to some degree. Like things start to work out for you more once things have started to work out for you more. Men especially, I find, are very hierarchical. Am I gonna bother using a fire resistance potion in this guy? This seems like a pretty small settlement. Hey, little guy. Ooh. 2 totems here, eh? Okay, can I get some stamina? Can I get a breather here? It's crazy how much easier these guys have become with new weapons. I thought like the fuelings are gonna be difficult forever. Ooh, 34, a lot. Just one berserker? Okay, the move here is to try to take this guy out quickly. I feel like these guys are fucking spawning. Oh shit, I'm dead. Oh shit. I died, fuck. Damn, that went from like okay to really bad. I'm pretty far from my base right now. Is that like some nighttime respawns or something? I guess I sleep till morning and then I take my wolf set out and sprint over there. I'm right in the middle. I guess I kind of made it to the boundary. Those topics we're talking about are things that I've thought about a lot recently. Like the way that sometimes it's easy to kind of have your brain go on autopilot when you're talking, when you're a little bit nervous or like under pressure or like in a situation where you're not comfortable. But it's really difficult in life to like really slow down and like consider and measure every word and be in perfect control and to also play off the other person. A lot of us are like on our own little, a lot of us are on our own little tracks, and a lot of people speak without thinking of the things that they think about all the time, etc. Things like that. Another thing I think about that's kind of related to that is that it's very easy to... What do I do with this? I guess I'll make some bread dough. It's very easy to kind of like react to other people. And is the oven on? Don't think so. And it's a lot harder to sometimes have a sense of presence. Like not like being big and trying to get people out of your way, or like trying to take up a lot of space with like being loud or whatever kind of alternative like that you can think of. But there is something to like kind of being aware of like an increasing zone around you of like that's the space that when you're in you kind of fill. It's hard to explain. It's not about like being yourself behind the eyes as much as being like kind of the space around you. There's something to that. It's really interesting. Something I've been thinking about a lot lately. Pretty much the only social place I go to is like the gym lately. So it's not like I'm trying to like be big or be noticed or anything, but like if you fill a larger space, you can then like react to people when they come into it as opposed to being surprised or something. I'm not explaining this very well. It's just something I've been thinking about recently. Being more than just like yourself behind your eyes, but to be like an area around you kind of. It's like presence. But I think some people do it more naturally than others. Okay, so how far is this thing away? Really far. Best thing is to sprint through the mountain, I think. Why does it say this is plains? Okay, so straight north. Use my sprinting powers. I wish I'd not get wet there. That was a mistake. I guess fighting that whole village at night was not great. But it was going really fine for a while. And then suddenly more guys started popping up like all around me. I don't know what the fuck happened there. Maybe until you take down the totems or you take out the shaman or something. Like they keep respawning. I went from okay to like, oh, I'm getting butt blasted. Mountain is not exactly like a... The mountain is not exactly a shortcut. It's a little slow to scale a... What was that like? What would you say that is? Like a 60-degree angle? I want to say 70. 70 is a bit too high. Can make it here. Pause for a breather. So I think the shrimp and ham jambalaya I'm gonna make. I'll do... You don't want to, like, something I've learned the hard way is that you don't want to have garlic in, like, you don't want to fry garlic as much as you fry like other aromatics like onions or shallots. It's just like it burns too easily. This is not a dish that I'm going to do at a really high temperature, but I suspect I'll probably take the garlic out before I'm not going to make it this next hill. So here, nice. So I'll probably chop garlic, shallots, red pepper, ham, shrimp, and then I have chicken stock and I have a can of tomatoes. So I think I'll use the can of tomatoes with some chicken stock as like the liquid that the arboreal rice will absorb to finish. So I think I'll do shallots, and then it's gonna be pretty low temperature. There's a cave up here, nice, always good to know. I think I'm not gonna do mushrooms, that doesn't seem to work. I don't like mushrooms with seafood. I think it's a little gross. So shallots, then peppers and garlic in some order. Look at that, it's a big castle. And then shrimp and ham. The ham doesn't need to cook, it's already cured. And then low and slow for a while. You really want the red peppers to be quite soft, I think, if you're doing like a, oh shit, hey big guy. If you're doing something that's like a jambalaya style. And then I need chili flakes. And then basically cover it on low with, basically cover the whole thing with the can of tomatoes. I have small cans of tomatoes, and then a little bit extra stock to fill it up, or a little more stock if it absorbs too much. And kind of like risotto style, you want to absorb, you want to have all the liquid absorbed, and then put in more liquid. And then try not to stir it too much, because I've learned and also read that if you're doing something like arborio or one of those like type of rices, if you stir it around too much, you lose some of the starch comes out, and it gets like softer and kind of a little more mushy. You want it to stay intact and be a little bit al dente. That's at least what I found. I'm really looking forward to that. Get some bubbly, delicious liquids into my shrimp shells, and then you get extra flavor. Sometimes some people think it's a little gross to have like the legs and everything on the shrimp. I mean, they're deveined and deheaded, but beheaded and deveined. But it's kind of like a consomme or something. When like a French restaurant makes like a lobster stock, what they're doing is like taking like probably over 100 lobster shells that they've used for other stuff, right? And then simmering it down until it becomes like a reddish liquid that's like 1/10 of the amount of liquid they put into the stock originally. Okay, take all. Place the bullshit. This is everything I need, right? None of these things are important. Okay. Those wolf claws are really cool, man. I really like that a lot. Okay, so it's really pays to have preparation in this game. But what else am I got? What else do I need here? I only have 5 arrows. Interesting. And then I need my weapon returned. So 5 arrows is an important thing to remember. Alright, come bring it on, fellas. I'm not going to use arrows in these guys, despite there being 5. Okay, let me up. Okay, the shaman's gotta die. Ooh. Gotta be careful here. Shaman's the problem. I don't have a lot of arrows though. Okay, I do a little ring around the rosy here. I might cheese them. Oh. This is not the complication I need right now. Okay, where's the Desquito? The third there. Now I'm gonna die. Nope, never mind. I will heal though, because I do not want to make this run again. I will now shelve my weapon for increased movement speed, and I will run like hell. Then I'll stop running as I see him. And I'll now proceed to assassinate this man. And then run. So it's one berserker and one guy with a spear. So this guy's the first priority. Oh. Alright, big guy. Chop, chop, and chop. Alright, hopefully this is the whole place. What we got here? Black metal scrap, coins. Don't really care about that. So let's see if there is... Are there coins here? Buke parries, no one cares. 2 more trophies that I don't really need because I already have them, but whatever. Okay, so things to remove are... Is there anything I'm missing? The torch is not necessary. I want this flax. I don't need it, but it's convenient. I want this barley. I want these totems. 3 totems, interesting. What a stroke of luck that could be if that's something you're into. Grab the coins. Grab the chest, grab the flax. Okay, so let's try to get rid of some of this bullshit. Do I have any sort of things that are doubling up here? Take the take throw away that, pick up that. Don't care about that. That's nice. Do I have flax and barley? No, that's just barley. So I need another thing for the... This is, for such a small village, this has got 3 totems and all this food. When can I eat this goddamn bread? I guess the leather scraps can go away too. No one gives a shit about that. Again, the trophies, I'm not sure why I'm sticking with, but I know I already have one, so I don't have to do this. So I guess I'll throw away the Berserker trophy for the 3 totems. Unless there's something else. Just let me eat the bread, please. It simplifies everything. Or throw away the arrows. Okay, so 1 totem. Get the rest of the crops. Not sure what I was going to say there. Food. Alright, come on. So, still, no indication anywhere of what thing you need to find out where the boss is. No indication anywhere. 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 Anything. 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 Please let me eat the bread. Okay. So this one's wrapped up. According to this map, there's 2 more over there, but I'm not sure that's true. That probably means these fires, because I was estimating it from the ship as I went around here. Please let me eat the bread. There you go. So pick up the totem. Pick up the totem. I don't need this many, but what's the worst that can happen? So what the fuck do I do, man? How do you... Where's the boss? I've been to like 8 of these. There's no other like notable points of interest in the entire map. So, did I take away those 2 flames? Yes. That's because there's no more. Let's take a nice little survey here just to make sure. Yeah, we're good. Okay. Onward on our journey. This is baffling. Oh. Little kitty. I know. So, this way is some more plains and some more swamps. The swamps, I may trade some of my stuff for some blood bags. Although, I don't really need to do it this time. It's a little annoying. It really is just such a pain in the ass to go through the swamps. Like, it's annoying now. So I think how annoying it was when like you were actually at risk of dying. Absolute cringe. Any of these guys special? How come the Deskitos... I guess they feed off the locks. Get a little blood off them. So, this is probably the 4th full large plains that I have. This is probably the 4th full large plains that I have investigated and explored. So, where is the... In the old places, it would be in like the first few crypts that you went to. That guy's a dumbass. What the hell? Okay, just to confirm, there are plains down here. Yeah. Okay, so we walk through the swamp. We're not going to free up a slot yet until such a point that we kill the. We kill some leeches, but I do want some blood bags. But I really don't want to deal with all these guys. That gull just like really aggressively got into my life there. There's a swamp. There's a leech. Hey, pal. I see a lot of 1-star leeches, it feels like. Okay, so drop the... What? Get the blood bags. Get the other blood bags, yeah? Oh, shit. Hey, buddy. Okay, we'll go along the edge so we can get the maximum amount of like leech water time. Whatever you got, I don't want it. You basically just have to look for like the ripple in the water. There's one. There's 2 actually. 3. Give me all the blood bags. Yeah. Is that a fish? Another leech. They got a pretty low-key profile. Ooh, okay. Another advantage of having 2 different weapons that have 2 different damage profiles is that if one gets worn down, you don't have to go back to base. Clunk. Give me all the blood bags. Look at this fucker. Ooze, don't care. Pretty productive walking along the edge. Not really getting messed with that much. Any leeches? The first time I was in in the swamp when an abomination came up was like one of the most like it was arguably the most pants shitting moment in this game. What are you doing here? Excuse me. You don't belong here, sir. What'd you just kill? What is this guy doing? Hey. What are you killing? Give it to me. Blood bag. Nice. He's doing my work for me. Holy shit, that guy's a G. Okay, nice. Thank you. He's come back for me? Alright, well. You did good, bud. Okay, so that implies that there is swamp directly to the west. So I will now cut up land. I'm trying to do DC build at the same time on Google Sheets. DC build. Yesterday you were talking about like heavy weapons or like long range weapons or something. What does DC mean? Am I forgetting something? Right. Does that mean a build for killing Deathclaws or a build where you're kind of like a Deathclaw? Fill me in. This is a little mini... That sounds awesome. So they're like hyper mobile and high damage and tanky, but with like no range or subtlety. I assume that's kind of like the way it goes. It was amazing in Fallout 1 how effective it was to shoot or hit a Deathclaw in the eyes. It was like the only thing that did damage to them, basically. But it would do so much. God, I had so much fun with the Super Sledgehammer in that game. But I got it too early, with no other weapons to improve on after that. That was kind of a shame. Nice. Okay, so did you get to like, did you finish the plains and finish or go to the Mistlands when you played this game? Yeah, there's just the one armor piece in Fallout 1. Okay, so I have a question for you. Do you know where... You know how like in every level, in every biome, there's like those stone glyphs with the red design on them that when you click on, it shows you on the map where that biome's boss is? You know what I'm talking about? Where is the fucking plains one? Is it like in one of the goblin villages? I've gone through like 10 villages. 8 maybe? And I haven't seen one yet. I have everything else ready. Everything else is primed. But besides the goblin villages, there's nothing besides those like... There's occasionally those gray 2-story stone structures guarded by 2 fuelings. Yeah. Look at this war. Grey Dwarf Brute versus Skeleton. Bop. This is not a close one. I love Grey Dwarf Brutes. They're my hero. Okay, here's another plains village. But we're on our way. I've been here before. I remember this. I gave it a skip because I wasn't prepared. This should be, by the time I get to morning, I should be good here. Did I do this already? Yes. Alright, so one more to go. Restocking my foodies. I got bone mass going. I'm going to wait on bone mass. How many arrows do I have? 4. So we're not doing arrows. We're just inviting them out to come take me on. Alright, come on, pal. Alright, bring it on. The shamans are really annoying. That's the only thing I find annoying here. Okay, more coming. Seeing one of those guys actually run up and attack me is a rare gift. I'm going to use a fire resistance wine this time. No. Wasn't paying attention. Bop. More coins, please. Where is he? I think what that does is buff everyone in range with a shield. More totems. Ah, so annoying. Okay, progress. Keep moving. Keep line of sighting if you can. Now we bone mass. Getting a little rowdy in here. Okay, 3 down and 3 strikes. That's always nice. Another shaman. They're really getting me with it there. The melee guys I'm not too worried about. The spears... The spearmen are the ones where you're like, okay, this is getting a little difficult. Ow. Oh. Don't do that AoE attack again, please. Okay, I gotta... Oh. Alright. That was pretty fun. There's no way I'm done. There's always more showing up. There's a Desquito over there. Okay, move over to the mace for a bit. You can find it on planes. Well, yeah, I know that. It's just a matter of, like, where. Like, is it just, like, randomly situated? Or is it, like, in one of these... Like, I haven't seen it anywhere. Okay, I am full. I'm going to drop... I don't need more coins. What am I doing? Who cares? Actually, I want coins more than that. So I'll drop one more of these and pick up the goodies. Give me all the money. I want the goblin money. Do not want buke parries. We're not in the market for those. Okay. So are there more dudes here? There usually are. Little nighttime fighting? That's how you know you're like getting stronger. This has been an interesting balance curve. I guess because I'm a little better at knowing how to like get your full armor set and like get the proper food going. Before I've always been kind of stubborn on like chinsing on the food. It's been amazing how much more manageable this place got. Why can't I pick this up? See, where the fuck did those guys come from? They just literally appeared out of nowhere. These guys are tanky as fuck. That was crazy. Okay, there's a guy up here. It's like literally one star fuelings come out of the fucking rafters. Oh, I get the uppercut. Oh, I missed it. I love the uppercut. Come on, big guy. Boop. Alright, I'm probably full again. Drop another one of those. Pick up all the monies. I want the barley. Yeah. That's what I'm really looking for. Is that guy still up there? Or did he drop down? Fueling trophy we're not in the market for. The Berserker one might have some comedic value. Nothing up here. Alright. Where the fuck is... marker. I'd like to be morning soon. I can hear more dudes. Anything in here? No, nothing still. If I take the totem, do they stop spawning? Oof. This is getting annoying. It's that guy, huh? I'm coming for you. Don't think I'm not. I'm up in that ass any second now. Oh. There's two. That knocks him off. Did he fall to his death? Do they take fall damage? They must, right? I know I do. This mace is pretty fun. It's got an unsubtle fucking brutishness to it, which I appreciate. Okay, see, I hear another one. There he is. Hey, buddy. Getting caught in the bed. I'm gonna destroy this whole place, dude. Keep evading me, see what happens. Pussy. Okay, it's morning. 1. Are there any chests anywhere? There usually are. Give me the money. I want all the money. Is there a stock market in this game? Can I get like a Valheim Nasdaq going on? Okay. We're right on the tip. So this is crazy. I think yesterday you were trying to plan out the heavy weapons, the big guns build in Fallout 3, right? You were talking about that a little bit yesterday or the day before. It all kind of blurs in, man. My life is like so consistent on a day-to-day basis that like 3 days ago can be like an eternity. All right. I don't mind if you spoil to me. I'm going to look it up myself soon. I don't mind if you spoil to me where the fuck I find the map of where you have to go. Because I've gone through a lot of the plains and have seen nothing of that. Like, so there's villages, there are locks, there are deathsquitos, there are birch forests, there are those little random ass buildings. There are obelisks. A little chicken coop. It's cute. It's like so unclear. Maybe I've just been unlucky and one of those villages is going to have it. But let's look at the flames that are crossed off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That means I've cleared 11 goblin villages. Yes, I have. Yeah, I saw one of those. And in the middle of it was 2 berserkers. And I was convinced I'd finally found the thing that I wanted. But in the middle of it was 2 berserkers and then a chest with feathers and fucking coins in it. Okay, hold on. Did I not put a chest in here? Okay, so I need some wood to make a chest. So it's in the, is it in every henge or can it just potentially be in one of those henges? Because I really thought that was going to be it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This should be enough. Can I get up the stairs, chubby? Come on. Alright. Okay, so this goes in here. And then we're off. Should be near one of those Stonehenges. Where did I find the Stonehenge? I marked on the map. Is it on the island I'm on? Yeah, it's way up there. Okay, so I'm gonna go back and lick my wounds and check out one of those. So I guess the question is it like guaranteed to be there? Or is it just a chance of it being there? Because I've seen one of those total. Where'd the cat go? Eat some food, I guess. Okay, so time to cash in a little bit here. My endless money. Can't say, eh? You clever devil. Alright, more trophies. I've more than I'll ever need. Tar goes in here. I'm full up. I can drop a thing of bone fragments. Don't give a shit about those. I can probably put forge stuff in the proper venue for it, which I guess is probably this. Feathers I need to keep on me. Do I have Desquito needles on me? So I put this back. I don't have Desquito needles on me. I guess I haven't been collecting them. So repair my shit. Yeah, I've only found one actually of those Stonehenges. Okay, there we go. So, feather away, flax here, mob loot. So much nicer to do this during the day. Buke berries, I guess they made it to my base, so I have to keep them. Blood bags, 13 is a nice number. Barley, I'm gonna put 40 on my inventory and put into the thing. The wood, I'm going to actually I think I have to make more food now. I think I'm out of at least one thing. Oh, it's 50, never mind. Yeah, I might go back to that henge, but I think I checked that henge pretty carefully. But what's the worst thing that can happen? Let's go back to it. Okay, so put the barley flour away, put away my wolfie gear. I should actually use my wolfie gear to sprint there, but then I don't have anything to sprint back to with. Okay, boom, 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 boom. Boom. Okay, put away the barley flour. Time to make some new foodies. Okay, so I need to make fish tacos. Got it. Do I have cooked fish? Yes, I do. So I need bread dough. Fish wraps. Nice. You don't need bread dough for that. How many of these can I make right now? A good amount. 9 total. I was so convinced when I saw that Stonehenge that I finally found the solution to all my woes. I knew God had come to save me, but I was wrong. Okay, put one of those in there. Put the rest of wood away. And do I guess I might as well smelt a thing of black metal. It's been a while since I've done that. Is there coal waiting at the thing? Yes, there is. Excellent. Do another set. Can always have more. Can always use more of this. Fill that bad boy up. Okay. 10 black metal. That was a very awkward way of doing that. Okay. So this will be cooking away. And then we're going to go back to where we're going. Everything healed up and we're prepared. We got arrows. Yeah, okay, we're in good shape. Do I take a wishbone? No, it still has not worked before. So North Isle, mission across back to that Stonehenge. Hope it's there. If not, keep looking for planes with more Stonehenges. Okay, so directly north. I wonder if birds like know, or just animals generally. Like humans are like so into so much like the community of like things I look on Twitter, etc. People who are like optimize your health with these chemicals, or optimize your health with these supplements and these minerals and all these things, and methylene blue and cold therapy and all these things that like people say is like all these optimizations you can make. And like you obviously have to wonder how much of like the effect of these things are like placebo. Like you feel good about, it's important to feel good about what you're doing.